Forward. Pete Adney, Mr. Money Mustache, at mrmoneymustache.com, graciously agreed to write the foreword. Pete is a major force in the world of financial independence and has been a longtime supporter of my blog and investing approach. He is also the first person I asked to be a speaker at our annual Chautauqua event in Ecuador, and he has been there every year since. Those were reason enough to ask him. The fact that he readily agreed and then proceeded to turn out the brilliant piece that follows is humbling. I owe you, my friend.
There is no shortage of stuff you really should be learning in this world, and no shortage of books about exactly that same stuff. Every bit of knowledge you could ever hope for is already waiting right there in a book somewhere, or a whole shelf of books. Heck, you could probably fill an entire underground parking garage with all the books that have been written on the subject of investing alone, and still find more pouring out onto the ground when you climb back out. The problem is that most of those books are boring, and you end up setting them down with a bookmark somewhere around page 25, never to return. Even with the best of skills and intentions, I find that the writers of most books about stock investing cannot seem to get it right. They drag it out painfully, or write paragraphs so dry and dense that you find yourself rereading the same passage over and over for half an hour, while your mind wanders off to more interesting pastures. J.L. Collins takes this old style of investment book writing and disregards it completely. He creates the stuff that your mind wants to run to when it is tired of reading about stocks. Instead of esoteric equations about measuring a stock's alpha and comparing it to its beta, he compares the entire stock market to a large mug of beer and explains why it's still worth buying even when it comes along with an unpredictable quantity of foam. He lights up the campfire and just starts telling stories. And if those stories just happen to be about exactly what you wanted to learn in the first place, your new knowledge is a happy side effect. This is exactly what happened in real life a few years ago when Jim started writing a series of blog posts on jlcollinsnh.com about good investing. I read them all as they came out, and they were so good, I started referring my own readers to them. The readers liked them so much, they referred others. Their numbers reached the thousands, then the hundreds of thousands. Word kept spreading about the stock series and still does to this day because it is something people actually enjoy reading. Sure, the author has the technical chops and demonstrates them well in his own enviable financial life, but readers don't keep coming back just to bask in technical wizardry. They are there to enjoy the fire and hear a good story. I think that amazing response is what motivated Jim to rewrite and expand his great stock series into this even better book. The Simple Path to Wealth is a revolutionary book on stock investing and good finance in general because you'll actually read it, enjoy it, and then be able to immediately put the lessons profitably into action with your own money. You'll be relieved to hear that you can be very successful by holding only a single Vanguard fund over your entire lifetime. You can branch out and get a little fancier if you like, but there's nothing to lose and everything to gain by keeping things as simple as you can. Although very few people actually follow it, I have found that the road to a wealthy life really is simple and quite enjoyable to follow. So it only makes sense that a book about it should have those same fine traits. This one does. Peter Adney, also known as Mr. Money Mustache, Colorado, June 2016.
Beginnings. Quote, "If you reach for a star, you might not get one, but you won't come up with a handful of mud either." Close quote. Leo Burnett. Chapter 1. Introduction. This book grew out of my blog, jlcollinsnh.com. The blog, in turn, grew out of a series of letters I had begun to write to my then-teenage daughter. These letters concerned various things, mostly about money and investing. She was not quite ready to hear. Since money is the single most powerful tool we have for navigating this complex world we've created, understanding it is critical. If you choose to master it, money becomes a wonderful servant. If you don't, it will surely master you. But Dad, my little girl, once said to me, "I know money is important. I just don't want to spend my life thinking about it." For me, this was eye-opening. I love this stuff. But most people have better things to do with their precious time than think about money. They have bridges to build, disease